What's up, guys? Happy Saturday morning to you. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. This is the Bargain Bin, where I go over the prices of players and cards that have dropped the most over the last couple weeks. I see which players are entering that bottom part of their curve before they go back up in price, and see if there's any opportunities for you to invest based on your own knowledge about these players. If you are watching this later in the day, obviously it's Saturday morning here. If you're watching this later today or tomorrow or even Monday, I'm going to go over the charts first. I'm going to look for some deals based on what's dropped the most. And then after that, I'm going to take suggestions from you guys, whoever you would like for me to look up and look at their charts. I'll do that afterwards. Remember that I also have a weekly newsletter where I send this information out, usually on Thursdays. I might do it on Wednesdays just to give you guys twice the opportunities. I know more people are buying on the weekend, so if you're able to find some deals during the week, you might even get a better deal. So with that being said, let me say hi to you guys. Global sports card investor, thanks for staying up wherever you are. Please let me know where in the world you are right now. I think I forgot. Nolan Katz, what's going on? And with that, let me show you my screen. I'm going to share this whole thing with you, and we are going to dive into some of the data. Keep in mind that I'm not an affiliate of Card Ladder or of Market Movers. I just like doing this because it's a way to show you guys what's going on. Australia, right on, man. Dude, you're on the other side of the world. Brian Kingsley, what's going on, man? And I think I've said this before, but I love Australian vibe. I love Australian culture. There's a lot of Australians that live in LA, and just their whole way of being is just so cool. Like very brosy, very like down to earth. The girls are super cool. I've gotten along with a lot of Australian girls in LA. Now, if I go over here, I want to make sure you guys see this. Yeah, good. There we go. So if I take a look at the players that have dropped the most over the last 7 days, a lot of people, a lot of guys in the NBA, that it's just been dropping and dropping, which for me as an investor, I get excited about because now it's a good time, in my opinion, to dive in. But we have Dwayne Wade, Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan, Jarrett Culver, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen. Those are the guys that have dropped the most in the last 7 days. So some guys that are eliminated, other guys that are Hall of Famers. But then if I go over to the last 14 days, Ray Allen tops the list. So if you're a Ray Allen fan, if you want to get his cards for your own PC or for investment sakes in the future, this may be a great opportunity for Ray Allen. But the big guy I noticed was Kawhi Leonard. And when the Clippers got eliminated, was it like a last week, his price is tanked. And so now Kawhi Leonard in the last 2 weeks, 35.9 in, and then again, 34.8 this week. So take a look at this chart. I pulled this up earlier. This is his 2012. This is his rookie card in PSA 10, his Prism. Take a look at this chart right here. This is back in June. Okay, you have $2,000. You have a decent amount, and then bubble enters, playoffs going on, and it peaked at $6,100. That's crazy. But look at the last couple sales: 2,300, 2,300, 2,600. So it looks like based on these last three sales, I don't see it going down anymore. It looks like that is the plateau for this card of Kawhi. You never know. It could go down more, but honestly, based on this chart, if you're in that range of investing where you can drop $2,000 or $3,000 on a card, 2012 Prism PSA 10, pop report of only 917 of Kawhi Leonard, that looks like one to at least explore, look into, because you know, it wasn't long ago that was 3,600, 4,500, 4,300, and then up to even 6,000. So that's the guy I'm really excited about, and it's because disappointment really softens prices. And even guys like Luka Doncic, he had a great postseason, so I haven't seen his prices fall to the degree that Kawhi Leonard and even Giannis has fallen. And so I want to show you Giannis next. But Ray Allen's one. Let me see. I actually had a list here of the guys. So Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, Ray Allen, Kyle Kuzma has dropped a couple weeks in a row, Shaq, Rodman, Kevin Durant. So let me show you guys Kevin Durant. Kyle Kuzma, if you're interested in investing for the NBA playoffs, still Kyle Kuzma dropped 14% in the last couple days and then 32% in the last 2 weeks. So the pace at which he's dropping has really slowed down. So if I take a look at his PSA 10 in Prism, And I mean, look, I'm not the kind of guy that invests this short term. I like thinking 3 months, 6 months, 12 months out. But look at that chart, man. This is Kyle Kuzma back in June, 118 bucks, 120. And then the latest sale, 126 for Kyle Kuzma. But I haven't seen anything from him in the playoffs. But then again, he could turn a corner. He could have a great series. And then if the Lakers go to the finals, he could do well there. So this is his 2017 PSA 10, pop report of 776. And then let's see, Allen Iverson was one guy that was dropping a lot. He's actually rebounded. He's pretty much flattened out. So Allen Iverson's a good guy to look into as well. And then Shaq was another that if you look here, Shaq had dropped 23% in the last 2 weeks. But in the last 7, where's Shaq? Only 9.9%. So again, when I see it slow down to that trickle, that's when I think, okay, it's a good time to at least consider it. It's a good time to do more research and ask myself, is this a good time to buy? And so, if the prices are similar, this is 212 bucks for his 92 tops, his rookie card in BGS 9.5. The low was 130. And this is what was it, 212? Okay, so if the prices are similar to 3 months ago, and I have faith in that player becoming relevant, or I want to hold on to it long term, and it's the same price as 3 months ago in this market, yeah, I definitely consider that as a potential investment. And then the other guys, and Giannis was one dude I really wanted to show you because Giannis dropped because just like Kawhi Leonard, Giannis and Kawhi had really high expectations this postseason, and they were both eliminated prematurely. And if you take a look, where's Giannis? Let me see. Yeah, so Giannis was dropping a ton, but if you take a look in the last 7 days, minus 0.9. Now, he has 48 cards in here, so obviously some cards dropped a lot. Others went up in value, perhaps. Let's see. Yeah, some went up. But Giannis, it looks like he is at his plateau, especially because he just won MVP. But if you take a look, let's see. This is his Hoops rookie card in BGS 9.5. And this one I saw, I was like, this looks like a pretty damn good investment for me. I mean, look at this. This card had sold in June for $450, and the last sale, $270. For someone that just won the MVP, even though he's in not a crappy market, a small market, they underperformed, they lost, but he was injured. And he's going to be on a better team or have better teammates. And $270 for his Hoops BGS 9.5 when it was at a high of $1,300. And even if that was an outlier sale, $965 and $1,000 and $950. To me, I would take that at $270 all day. So that's what I'm seeing. Let me jump over to the comments here real quick, see if you guys have any input. What's up, Brian Fenster? David Hunter, what's going on? All right, now let me shoot over to football. And let me share my screen. There we go. And obviously, as anticipated, football has not been the same as basketball because football, we have seen some movement. We have definitely seen some drops, which is nice, but we haven't seen it to the degree of what basketball has been at for the last couple weeks now. So in the last 7 days, let's see there. Okay, so Cam Newton has dropped. Jared Stidham, again, I'm like, Jared Stidham, I can't believe he can keep going down. Look at this card right here, because at a certain price, I'll put in like $500 or $1,000 of Stidham cards just because look at this, man. This is his 2019 PSA 10 rookie card. And it peaked at $245 in the last couple months. There's another one here at $250, so around $250. The last sale, $95. And again, Jared Stidham, all forgotten about. No one cares about him. No one thinks he's good. No one. But the way I see it is that he was going to be the starter if Cam Newton didn't appear with a magical, no-risk, 1 year, $1 million contract where it's just like you have to take a risk on Cam Newton because everything's there. But I could totally see Jared Stidham starting at some point this year. But if that price is at $95 to buy 10 of his Prism PSA 10s and do that for $1,000, I could totally see him going back up to 200 or 250 if he just starts, or if he gets traded even to another team and becomes a starter. But it's just very interesting. I like those guys that are really counted out. Like that to me, that excites me a lot more. A couple other guys, Baker Mayfield, I would imagine he'd rebound because he had a good game Thursday night. And then if I compare that to the last 14 days, I'm trying to think which guys. Christian McCaffrey was one that had kept going down. So look at here. Christian McCaffrey minus 8.9% in the last week, but in the last 14 days, minus 20%. So his pace of going down is a lot slower. And let's take a look at his optic, 2017 optic PSA 9. Okay, so obviously huge climb, huge expectations, but now this is a bit more of a normal price point. I don't know if that'll keep going down. A PSA 9 optic for $80. I mean, it could keep going down. If he sucks, it will. I'd like to see it. I like to see this last sale being closer to something 3 months ago versus just 1 month ago, because 820 was a month ago, and that's about the same price. So if he does well, it'll rebound. If not, it'll go down. But Christian McCaffrey was one. Jimmy Garoppolo was the other that just kept falling. So you see here 20 days or 14 days ago, Jimmy Garoppolo was minus 20% overall in his 5 cards they have here. But in the last 7 days, oh shit, wrong button. Let's see here. Where are you at? See, Garoppolo is not even in the top. Look, minus 1%. So basically nothing. So it looks like a lot of investors are happy with getting in on Jimmy Garoppolo now. I mean, there hasn't been many sales. It's only 11 sales total, but it appears that investors are comfortable at this new price if it's not going to fall even further. So this is his 2014 Topps Chrome PSA 10. And look at that. That hit $80. That hit $80 at a high of 300. And again, even if that wasn't a legit sale, the second highest was 226, down to $80. And now it looks like it's pretty steady at $140, $138. All right. So that's it for football. Those are the guys that I saw repeating. And let's see if there's anyone else. I actually had a list of guys. Michael Thomas. Okay. So we know Michael Thomas is, I believe he's ruled out this week, or he's doubtful. I have to check on that, but let's see where Michael Thomas is at. Here he is. And down 40% on his silver PSA 9. And of course, all the prices were just going through the roof over the last month. So that makes sense. So right now, his last sale at 168 is comparable to sometime between July 13th and July 31st. But that's where he's at. And anytime a player is injured short term, I look at their prices to invest, because I want to buy when they're at their low so they can return and have a good game, and then the prices skyrocket. So that's it for football. Obviously, it's only week 2. We're not seeing anything too drastic. Cam Newton's prices have gone down, but obviously it's because they've been up so much. And over here to baseball, and I'm going to look at the comments in a section once I go over baseball, and then you guys can tell me what cards you want me to check out, what players you'd like to look at. Last 7 days in baseball, Larry Walker tops the list, Rhines Hoskin, Austin Riley, Joey Bart, Vlad Guerrero Sr. and Jr., Jose Abreu, Luis Roberts, Jeff McNeil. Obviously, I don't know a damn thing about baseball, but good amount of drops here. And then if I go over to the last 14 days to see who's dropping 2 weeks in a row, we saw Austin Riley drop a ton, 60%. Austin Meadows, Rhines Hoskin. So it looks like Ryan Hoskin and Austin Meadows. Let me see. Was it Austin Meadows or another Austin? Oh, Austin Riley. Okay. So Rhines Hoskin dropped really a ton in the last 2 weeks. I'm guessing he's a prospect. Joe Adell, I believe, was the only guy that has been dropping a lot 2 weeks ago, and now is slowing down, because I have it here. Yeah, Joe Adell is the only guy I have written down. So Joe Adell, let's see, minus 30% in the last 2 weeks. And in the last week, Joe Adell is not in the bottom 9. But if I go down, there he is, minus 7%. So minus 30% 2 weeks ago, minus 7% now. And if I take a look at one of his cards, let's take a look at the trajectory as to where he's at and if his prices are starting to rebound. So peaked a lot 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, then up, down, but mostly down. And now last sale at $55 at a peak of 103, 124, and 128 was the highest. So again, $55 is similar to the price of July. So if you like Joe Adell, if you believe like he'll rebound, he'll get called up again, or whatever situation is, it's something to look into. And again, $55 for a PSA 10 of anything, considering it costs $12 to grade a card, and it might take 3 to 6 months. Just keep that in mind. All right, let's head on over to what you guys have to say. It's about to turn Spanish speaking. Oh, dude, that's cool, man. Muy buen, Brian, gracias. GMA gets no respect. Crack it. Oh, yeah, okay. In terms of what's grading companies, the only ones that are in market movers are PSA, BGS, and SGC. But there's also this other one like BVG, and I don't even know what that is. But in terms of buying cards, I don't even know how to consider HMA, GMA awards. I like there's all these weird companies. Just buy it and crack it like Brian says, or don't even bother, because I would never even buy those cards myself. I don't know how it works. Yeah, here's the thing, man. I think when the credibility is there, it matters. But until then, it's like, what do I do with it? I have a card that's GMA, so I got it cheaper and I got the card faster. But if it's not for your personal collection and you want to sell it, it's kind of like having Guatemalan currency in the US. You know, it's worth something, but it's hard to tell what it's worth because it's not socially accepted. You need to like transfer that over to something else that people actually want and desire. And I'd rather buy raw cards that look good, because a raw card's easy to sell. I mean, it comes with headaches, but at least a raw card it's there, versus one of the GMAs or BCCGs or any of those where people are like, look, I'm not going to crack it. I just don't know what to think of this card and if I'll be able to get rid of it. Nolan says SGC is great for late 90s and early 2000s. Super undervalued. A lot of late 90s and early 2000s basketball is going on sale. There's Kobe's have dropped. Shaq, Dennis Rodman was on the list. Kevin Durant was one guy that I was really curious about. Is BCCG Beckett? Oh, Beckett Vintage Grain. Okay, so that's BVG. Then there's BCCG, which I thought was Beckett as well, but I don't understand. I like, there's too many. It's really just PSA, BGS, SGC. We don't need more because it's just going to confuse people. We just need like that to be it, or like some sort of conversion. Like it'd be great if there was like some sort of conversion tool that everyone agreed upon, and we knew that an SGC this equals a PSA that, or BCCG this. If we had like a conversion calculator, like when you have currency in different countries, it would be a lot easier. But without that, it's kind of like, I don't know, is this worth it? Is this not? Is this company going to be around in 5 years? Is this company going to go up in prestige or down in prestige? It's too difficult. All right, guys, any specific guys you want me to look up during this hour long? I guess I'll go for about an hour or whenever you guys leave. But Giannis was one interesting dude. I'll show you Kawhi Leonard. I don't know if I showed you Kawhi as well, but let me do that because, yeah, let me show you Kawhi Leonard real quick. And yeah, keep in mind, I'm not an affiliate and I do not look at raw cards here. You see at the top right, it's pretty much everything except for raw cards. And that's because on eBay, raw cards just go all over the place. Ding corner, bad picture, any little thing. But take a look at Kawhi. Did I show you Kawhi Leonard? Shit, maybe I did, but yeah, maybe I did. Oh, let me show you another card that's not as expensive. Let's take a look at his Hoops PSA 10. Okay. So I mean, it peaked in July and then now it's down to 520. I think there's room for that to go down a bit more, to be honest. And I showed you the Prism. Let's see the Prism 9. But Kawhi and Giannis are the two guys that really intrigue me the most just because the level of disappointment. And I don't know if I showed you this, but man, yeah, I don't know if I showed you that. Look at that chart. We have $740 as the last sale, which was yesterday for his Prism PSA 9. And this card had topped out at $1,700 just 3 weeks ago. And even again, even if that's not the highest, and this was the highest, 1,500 down to 800. But man, like to me, for a pop report of 515, Kawhi Leonard, who disappointed, just a bad series that they lost. Everyone expected them to win. To me, that is very intriguing right there. I mean, like I could go after Luka and some of the other guys that have done well, but like the rebound factor in terms of how low they went, I would go with Kawhi and Giannis just for that reason, especially based off of this, because that's insane. Okay. Tatis Topps Chrome. Okay. Tatis Top Series. Okay. All right. Well, we got a couple Tatises. Tracy McGrady. Damn, I didn't see you guys. What's up, BC? Steph Curry for sure. I think Steph Curry was just a very obvious offseason target. So I'll look up his prices, but let me do Tatis first. Isn't that crazy looking? It's like when you look in a mirror. All right. So baseball. I'm getting more and more familiar with baseball names, not like the actual sport, but just the names. So let's see. Titties. Fernando Tatis. So I saw Topps update, and I think Topps Chrome as well. Let me take a look at both of them. There's also a feature called Super Chat that you'll see in the chat section. If you really want a player to be, for me to look them up, then just do the Super Chat for a couple bucks, and I'll prioritize you, ahead of everyone else. But if not, I'm just going to go in order and what names I see the most of. So this is his Topps update foil PSA 10. 114 was the low. Peaked here at $750, which is absurd. Always nice to check to see if that's a legit sale. But even here, 330, 300, and then now latest sales 175. So that's that card, his Topps update foil PSA 10. And let's take a look at the Topps Chrome PSA 10. And the way I see it too is if you're not interested in this exact card, it's still good to see which players are going down overall, because then you could put in low ball offers on other cards and they might actually sell at that lower price. We got this upwards trajectory all the way up to $505, and then latest sale $355. And this is his. This is pink. This is a pink card. Hate these damn weird cards. Okay, Bowman Chrome. Let's see, Topps. I'll just look up a couple of these. This is Topps Baseball PSA 10. Pop report of almost 8,000. So there's a lot of these cards. $203, $201 was the latest. Peaked at $292. And I think there was a Topps Chrome, but I'm only seeing Refractor in there. So here we go. Here's Topps Chrome. But the cool thing is when the trajectory is always, here's the peak and then it goes down, just apply that to whatever card that's in your budget and look up the last couple sales over the last few months and then put in an offer at what makes sense to you based on what you think the player is going to do, or if you think the card's going to go down further or not. So 226 was the most recent sale, high of 316. So, I mean, look, back 6 weeks ago, 107, 114. It's still extremely high, but I don't know anything about this player. So it's up to you to see what you want and what you believe about him. Okay. So sorry, I got to hide that comment. Sorry, David. Oop. Let me look up Steph Curry for BC right now, and I'm going to hide your comment. Thank you. Ah! I'm actually going to a card show after this, so I'm really excited. So my first in-person card show in, years and years. There's nothing open in LA, so I can't do it here. I can't do it there, but here in Tampa, I'm here for just a few more days. What the hell, Steph Curry? Oh, sorry. Damn, come on now. So I'm here for a few more days, and I extended my flight so I'd be able to go to this card show and hopefully get some cards at a decent deal, and of course using cash. All right, this is annoying. Stephen, did I not spell his name right? Literally Stephen Curry. What do I have to do? Okay, so it's only Steph Curry in here. Got it. All right. So here is Steph Curry, and look, there's going to be a lot of cards. So let's take a look at 2009 Upper Deck. All right, not enough sales there. I need something with more sales. 2009 Topps Base BGS 9. Let's just take a look here. Yeah, as expected, just overall upwards trend. That's a bit interesting right there that it dropped to 770. I would have to look in further to those two transactions because it's one was the 15th, one was the 16th, and for it to be that big of a difference doesn't make sense. But let's look at another Steph Curry card. I just feel like Steph Curry was the obvious pick for offseason. And I remember someone asked me last week about Trae Young, and I feel like Trae Young is another obvious pick for next season. So his prices should go up overall, minus this big slump we're in. So take a look here. This is more interesting because you see like a good curve. $567 back in, what's that, June, and now latest sales $1,160. But we had prices at $1,700, $1,800. $1,750, $1,650. So this one right here, because it's Steph Curry, because it's a rookie card, because it's a pop report of only $691. I mean, even at $1,100, I wouldn't expect it to go to $4,000, but I don't know if that would drop lower than $900 or $1,000 because even at this price, I'm tempted to get in. If I saw the card, I'd be like, you know what? It's Steph Curry, low pop report for who he is. And knowing what's coming up, like that's a price I'd feel pretty good about $1,100, maybe $1,000. And back to the crazy screen. Bryant, you know what? I look, any rookie card I'm fine with. I think it's just all about what are you paying for it, because it's not like I prefer the Panini rookie over anything else, but at the right price, I would totally take it. And with a guy like Kawhi Leonard or Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, I don't believe there's a bad rookie card. It's just, is this the best value for what you're paying? Like, I would buy a Kawhi Leonard Panini rookie card for the right price, but I would never pay more for that than a Prism or a Select or whatever else that's out in 2012, 2013. Yeah, I like the response there too. Whatever you can afford. Let's see. Kobe Bryant Ultra. Yeah. Well, you're up at like 1 o'clock in the morning in Australia, so I got to do this for you. Let's see. Kobe Bryant Ultra Fleer. All right. Crazy screen. Hold on. Let's find some deals. And yeah, guys, I showed you that crazy Kobe Bryant card that I bought. I bought about 15 of them. And the last auction, I bought them for like $5 to $10. I think $5 was the lowest I paid, and $10 was the most I paid. But the last auction on eBay, and I'll show you the screen in a second, sold for $86. So here is base PSA 9 Ultra. Let's take a look here. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Okay, not bad. I mean, for it being Kobe Bryant's, yeah, that's not bad. Pop report 1,500, 1,528. Okay, $267 for the 9. Peaked at 450, 550, 630. I mean, I wouldn't expect this card, a Kobe Bryant rookie card, to ever get down to like pre-summer prices, like barring an economic meltdown, which could happen, of course. But I think with what's going on in the economy, the uncertainty with politics, it's real, and it's for sure real, but also more people, more mainstream activity, more institutional money coming in could easily counterbalance all the other uncertainty and like economic hardships going on. So if this was a stagnant industry, like if this was just growing at a normal pace, 5% more people and money a year, then I would say, dude, the market could crash and destroy the whole thing. But because we have these two forces of uncertainty and fear in society and economic turmoil and all that mixed with the excitement and growth of the hobby, I feel like that's where it can counterbalance. Let me see if I can look up the 10. And you said Fleer Ultra. Let me just look up this Fleer right here because it's staring at me. This is 96 Fleer and a pretty similar trajectory. 802 was the latest sale. That one's at 1900, so something's off right there. But 1200, 14, 1000, and last one's 800. Let's see if there's a PSA 10 of the Ultra real quick before I move on. Damn, so many cards. So many cards. My eyes hurt. Ultra PSA 10. Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty much just gone up. And there's only 279 of them. That could be the reason. But look at this. A sale in June, $800, and a high of 2,800. The last sale, 2,400. So it did go down. But I would want to see a lot more sales going downwards to feel good about buying in compared to some of the other things you could use that money for. Yeah, it really is, man. Here, let me show you guys this this card that it was in my recent mail week, but look at it here. This was the only auction for this card, and I've been watching it I think for like 8 days, or it's like a really long auction, but $86 plus this shipping, so about $91 for this awesome card. It's beautiful. And you've probably seen it in my mail weeks just because it's so unique, because it's like the angel wings on Kobe, just like all those murals. But I bought those cards for $10, and now I have about 5 of them at PSA. And it just happened to be one of those cards that looked like a good collector card. And yeah, it's cool that it went up. Yeah, I got a card show coming up. Actually, Boris from the Hobby Box will be there. He has a table, so I'll say hi to him and see if I can get some good cards. Yeah, that's the one. So it's in Clearwater. I want to go right after this. It ends at 3. And of course, my Lightning are playing the first game of the Stanley Cup Finals tonight, so I got to watch that. Brian, this is the first year for Mosaic as a standalone set, because it was a parallel for Prism. I think in 2015, 2016 looked way different, but in terms of a standalone set, yeah, this is the first year. Yeah, you know what, Brian? Well, when I can have like 6 monitors hooked up in my parents' house in my old childhood room, then it'd be different. But right now, I got to like use every little bit of energy and Wi-Fi and everything I got. Let's see. Yeah, man, dude, it's a really good card. I don't know how much more that Angel card will go up in value, if it's going to stop or not, because the one thing with that listing is when I was looking for that card, I had an alert for eBay for 2012, 2013 Kobe Bryant's Crusade, and very few of them were being listed. So when I watched that listing, it was the only one, which tells me it should go for the highest price because there's no other people listing that card. And that's why I wouldn't mind listing 1 or 2 at a time, because if I can get a similar amount, if I can get $80, $90 for a $10 card, I'll roll that over into something else. And now I have way more money to like put into other low price investments. And right now, I've just been buying rookie cards of players for next NBA season. And like I've been buying Luka second year cards, Luka first year mosaic, second year cards for $8 or $9, or I think even $7 on COMC when those prices had hit $25, $30 literally a month and a half ago. So let me look. I like the idea of second year Trae Young. I think it's because most people are still focused on the rookie year. So it's like if all the attention is going to a certain rookie card or the first one, that's going to get bid up the highest. So if you can get the second year Trae Young because you believe in this guy long term, and it's still a price that hasn't been pumped up, then yeah, I'd totally go with it. I was even looking at second year Trae Young cards, so I wouldn't mind getting it. I've seen more of Luka play than Trae, so I definitely feel better about second year Luka. But using COMC, what's cool is I get to see what price it peaked at and when was that peak. And if it hit $30 and I can get it now for 10, it gives me at least reason to believe that it can hit 30 again at some point because it's happened in the past. I'm not relying on a record high new price. If I'm buying something and I'm paying the record high price and I'm assuming it'll go to another record high price, it very well could, but I don't have that same level of confidence as if it had already hit $30 and I'm buying for 10. I think a lot of other collectors and investors would look at it the same way, where they say, you know what, it already hit 30, so I'll buy it at 15 or 20 or 25 because I have reason to believe it could hit that number again because it's happened. All right. Thank you so much, Joseph. It's time to sell. Here's the thing. With COMC, there's definitely trade-offs. The biggest negative with COMC right now is if you send them cards, it takes forever. I literally sent in cards, I want to say beginning of July. June. In June. And they were supposed to be July 18th. That was the first date. It is now September 19th. And every time I look at the date, in fact, this will be a good screen to show you guys. Every time I look at the date, it keeps getting pushed back another day. So it's sad. I sold the Dwight Howard rookie card. Let me show you this real quick. Okay. Well, for one, I'm glad Dwight Howard had a big game last night and was talked about. Here's a Topps Chrome, 375, sold for 20, and I have one more left there. But look here at the bottom right. And if I go to full details, these were all my submissions, and all these numbers here on estimated date, the bottom ones at least, right here. Look at this. 7/13 was the due date. If you look up here, due date, 7/13 for 470. It was actually 481 cards. I don't know why it says 474 because it was definitely 481. Now the due date has been pushed back. What's that? 2 months and 2.5 months. And that means it could be pushed back more because this date kept getting pushed back more and more and more. This was once like July 29th and then August 18th and then August 29th and then now September. So, I mean, this could be uploaded in next year. I don't even know because it's taken forever. So the only reason I'm saying all this is COMC is great for a lot of reasons, but it's really a pain to send them cards and have it entered into their system right now. I mean, the delay is ridiculous. And yeah, Brian, StarStock has had my cards really quick. I sent in 30 cards and it was in their system within 2 weeks. But StarStock's also solely for rookie cards of current players because they have more of that stock market feel, while COMC is like, yo, you got a card? It's a piece of cardboard with something on it, send it our way. But the downfall is that I have all these first-year prisms. I have certain rookie cards. I have a lot of NFL players. I have a lot of Kobe Bryants. I have a lot of cards in there that I know would sell very quickly on COMC, but there could be someone sending in their collection of 10,000 1970s no-name players that they're going to sort before mine. And I didn't do the 1 week service, which probably would have been 2 months anyway. I did the 3 week service, which is we're currently on 3 months. So I'm a bit bitter towards COMC because it's just taken forever. Yeah, dude. But here's the good thing is if there's a card on COMC that you buy, because you can buy digitally and sell digitally, it can also sell on eBay. And I have a lot of my sales of COMC. When I look at who bought it, it'll just say eBay, which means that someone on eBay was searching for the card. There it is. They bought it and it gets shipped to them, versus StarStock, which one of the downfalls is that if you want to buy a card on StarStock, it's on StarStock only. It is not someone searching on eBay and wanting to buy it. So you get 2 listings with one at COMC, but in terms of sending cards there, just wait a year or 2. It'll eventually get there. Yeah, I mean, but if you're buying cards on COMC through the website and relisting them, flipping them without sending it in, then you could definitely make some good money. And that Dwight Howard card I just showed you up here, all these cards, every single one that you've seen me sell, which actually my sales have slowed down a lot lately. But you see here, Emmitt Smith, nothing much. But this Dwight Howard bought for $4, sold for 20. Odell Beckham bought for $4, sold for 26. A couple of these here, none of them I sent in. They're all cards that I bought on COMC that someone else had sent in. I bought a couple months ago, and then I relisted. For sure, man. Dude, seriously, I mean, like, I'm trying, like, that one video I had on COMC was like my most popular video, and I know a lot of people are looking at COMC as an alternative platform, and still they won't get back to me. They're delaying my shipments. I asked if I could interview someone or if they would want to be interested in something like that. No response. So I know they're overwhelmed, they're short-staffed, all that, but I'm trying to be a big fan of COMC. But the more I see StarStock doing a good job with their niche of rookie cards of current players, and I see the customer service being really good, and I'm selling well on StarStock, the more I'm like, dude, I'm going to have to go to StarStock more often and COMC less, because you guys aren't executing the way I expect. All right, Trae Young. Let me look up Trae Young real quick. Trae Young. Maybe Patrick Mahomes. I'd like to look up his cards just to see what it's been like since that Thursday night game a week and a half ago. Trae Young. Okay, that's pink eyes. I want to look up something a bit more normal. This is his Donruss PSA 9, down 32%. Let's see what that means. Okay, that's pretty damn good right there. So the last sale, $36 for Donruss PSA 9. This card had hit 62 just a couple weeks ago, 79, 85, and even $100. So for me, looking at that chart, liking Trae Young, I feel pretty good about that. $36 for a PSA 9 of Trae Young. Yeah, so that's a good one right there. And let's see what else. Let's look at his 10. And the other thing I expect too is, look, we're going through a dip in cards after it was just going crazy, but we have stimulus checks eventually going to come out, and people are just going to blow it on cards. Like, some people will. And then we have Christmas coming up, which like, it might not be the same as normal years, but people are still going to get gifts, and there's still going to be people asking for cards and boxes and card related stuff instead of a gift card to Starbucks or a toy or a video game or something like that. So this is his PSA 10, peaked at $218 about a month ago. Here's another sale of $210. That, I don't know if I believe that it went down to 97. That doesn't make sense. But then this looks better. So $150, a high of $218. Not a crazy amount of variance, like in terms of multipliers, but it's okay. So it looks like, nothing amazing, nothing I'd jump at, but definitely if you like Trae Young, I would take advantage of the low prices, because it could go down more, but the odds are that it'll go up to me. So right here, this is a good one too. This is his silver, only 167 of them. His silver PSA 10. Latest price was only $204. This isn't his rookie. This is his second year then. Yeah, second year, $204. But $500, 360, 400. So latest one, 204. So again, Trae Young, it could go down more, but there are enough investors that say, you know what, I'll take a good deal. I don't want to risk it, and they'll get in right there. What's up, Chad? What's up, Patrick? Thanks for joining me. I got a card show to go to in 15 minutes. How about I look up, let's answer this question for Brian. Middle end or lower end rookies that might, NBA rookies that might have a chance. Are you talking about rookie cards or are you talking about players? Let me know if you, okay, so we got players here. And David, yeah, that Trae Young went down pretty far. I will say, on those same lines, two guys I've been buying. Well, one guy I've been buying a lot of is Brandon Clark. And it's only because I was looking up what rookies were the best last year and who has the brightest future. And I saw a couple articles on Brandon Clark. But more importantly, I got his Prism rookies for like $7, $8. And he's playing with John Morant. And to me, that's good because John Morant's the exciting one. He's the one that has the highlight reels. But if Brandon Clark's there, and a lot of people are like, dude, he's going to be a good long-term NBA player, like the people that watch it way more than me. And for the price, I said, you know what, Brandon Clark, $8 for a Prism Raw card. Let me get 10 of them, 20 of them. And I don't see it going down from there unless he does something really stupid in the offseason. But yeah, Cam Reddish is good. Who else we got? Is Kevin Knox a rookie or is he like a baseball player? Because I don't even know who that is. B. Allen, nice, dude. Yeah, I have an offer, $180 for a PSA 10 Braden Point rookie card, and I haven't accepted the offer yet because if the Lightning win tonight and he has a couple goals, I might be able to get a full price on it instead of taking the $180 offer when I have it at $210. Yeah. I mean, he's injured, but good. He can be injured now. That's fine. The point is, okay, I like investing in injured players when their prices reflect it, like Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, because if they're injured now and their prices plummet, they're not going to be injured forever. And even if that concern is there, if the price is low enough, then it becomes a gamble worth taking versus a guy that's always healthy, but the price is 30 times. Well, now, like, at what point do you go, all right, I'll take a gamble here at $6 versus someone that's $100, but it might not go up, or he might not be injured, but he could just underperform. So it's a risk, but I like that. Oh, I think we just went over this, man. Sent to COMC. Here's the thing. What I would do right now, based on my knowledge with COMC and StarStock, I would send in all the cards that I wanted to sell that are rookies, that are active rookies. I would go with StarStock. And it's just because it's quick, the sales are easy, and the fees are less. In terms of a second-year card, a random card that you're not in a rush, COMC is a good alternative, but you might have to wait 4 months or 5 months for them to upload the card because it's insanely long. But for rookie cards, active players, StarStock has been good for me for the 30 or so I sent in. And time is important. If you take 4 months to upload a card, that means I can't sell the card and I can't use that money to roll it over into another investment. So I expected these cards to be uploaded in late July. I mean, July 13th, I had 500 cards supposed to be in their system. And now we're almost 2 months and 2 weeks later. So all that money is like, all right, can't really use it. All right. Wow. Okay. Shit. A lot more comments here. Any other cards? Let me look up Patrick Mahomes because I'm curious. And then we'll take a look at any other players before I head off to this card show. And I'll try and get some cool cards and do some recording. This is called Market Movers. It's about $50 a month, which is not cheap. There is a promo code, I think Upgrade or whatever. He always has promo codes. I'm going to be doing a review video on Market Movers in the next couple of weeks, and I'll give you a good rundown as to my interpretation of it. It's definitely the most expensive tool that I know of. There are others, and they're more coming out, but it's good for now. Like, it's the best, in my opinion, for now, for being able to track these things. If not, you can use eBay completed sales to like see a very small image. You could use PWCC market price research, which will show you eBay sales that have ended. But in terms of this layout, I don't know any other ones. Awesome. I got one more. Almost at 2,500, guys. Let me show you Patrick Mahomes, and you guys write down any more names you want me to look up before I head out to this card show. So now crazy screen. And again, the players that intrigue me the most, if you're just joining now, based on the data, which you can go to the first few minutes of this after I'm off, is Kawhi Leonard and Giannis. And those two guys had the most disappointments, the biggest drops, but they are just great players, and their cards will go up at some point. I mean, they're too good for them to stay down like that. But anytime there's a disappointment, I get really excited because I know there's opportunity. All right, Optic Holo PSA 10, Patrick Mahomes, minus 53%. So let's see what that means exactly. Okay, so that's interesting. Only a pop report of 63, but I'm sure this will go up. Optic Holo, I don't believe is nearly as popular for football just yet as it is for basketball. But still, if this is true, $415, and they were hovering around $875, and it's Patrick Mahomes, if you can get an Optic Holo PSA 10 for that price, which is pretty much the lowest it's been in a few months, that's pretty damn good. Let me see what else he has. Optic Holo. Let's take a look at his Donruss PSA 10. Okay, see right there, I see nothing. I see nothing that intrigues me because this is just a steady climb, which means that for $1,000, to get a Donruss PSA 10 rookie card, it could keep going up if he keeps doing amazing things. But man, $1,000 compared to someone that's on sale, that's been doing great things for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, like, to me, there's more upside in the other players. When he gets injured for a game or two, or when the Chiefs lose their 2 games in a row for whatever reason, or he throws 3 picks, that's when I would look into his cards, knowing that that's an anomaly. But it's hard for me to want to buy players when they're doing their best, because it's hard to keep going up from players doing their best. It's easy for it to go down. You know, if someone has a 5-touchdown game, do you really expect them to throw another 5-touchdown game the next game, or do you expect them to have a normal 2-touchdown, 1-interception game? Let's see. All right, 2017. I want to see something a bit lower price. 2017 score. I'll look up this one real quick. Okay, I mean, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. So $258 for a Patrick Mahomes score PSA 10 rookie card. It had hit 380, 370, 258. So a bit better there. And let's go on over here. Yeah, I've been selling some Calvin Ridleys as well, man. Burger Maxon, how do I feel about non-numbered inserts, colors? Honestly, it's just confusing. It's confusing. I don't like seeing orange and pink and red, white, and blue and all this. And I mean, if it's the same price as base, I think it's great. If a rare card is same price as base, it's fine. When it's more, and it's like it's just getting harder and harder to convert into something that makes sense for me. So I stay away for now. But at the same time, if it's like an all-time great, I would feel a lot better about it. But if it's one of these guys like a rookie last year, and I don't know how they're going to perform long-term, I want the most liquid card possible. I want something that he does well, I can easily sell it. Could I easily sell a pink variation or tricolor or this of someone that they have 2 amazing games in a row and I want to liquidate? I don't know if I'm able to sell that, because someone on the other end might be thinking, how much do I even pay for this card? And can I liquidate it in the future? So the less proven the player, the more liquid I want the card. The more proven the player, the more, serial numbers, color variations, that kind of thing is better. Like Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, that kind of stuff makes sense because I'd feel good about being able to sell. But if it's Zion, I don't want anything of Zion besides the cards that people will easily buy at the price they're comfortable with versus not knowing, I don't know, what is a pink worth? What's a green? What's a yellow? What's all this? It's pretty much base, hollow, base, silver. Pretty much that's it. But I'm also not that advanced to the point where I can really decipher all that stuff. See you, Brian. I hope you have an amazing day. In terms of football, receivers and running backs, yes, absolutely. That's the fun part. I'm selling a lot of the wide receivers as well. And then someone else, sorry, I just totally got off your comment here, Chad. PSA 10 to me is the standard. Beckett has a 10. It's just extremely tough to get. And so what I've seen is a Beckett 9.5 is pretty much supposed to be the equivalent of PSA 10, but PSA 10s go for more money. A Beckett 10, which would be like super perfect, that goes for a lot more. But again, it's getting hard because now you're having to use some sort of converter in your mind to say, well, what's a 9.5 here versus a 10 there? And what I've seen is Beckett 10s are very rare, so they go for more. Beckett 9.5 is more in line with a PSA 10, but it goes for less. It sells for less usually. Thanks, Brian. I get my info from you. All right, guys, if there's no more players, I do see, Jordan Alvarez, I do see you here, Chad. So let me look up Jordan Alvarez. And based on his name, I'm guessing he is baseball. And I like looking up the cards that have dropped the most. This is Mega Box PSA 10. Let me look up this baseball one because we have 38 sales. So when there's a lot of sales, we get a good idea of the movement without any outliers really messing things up. And that is pretty damn straight. I mean, look at that graph. Started at 2018. I mean, that's his PSA 9. So if you really believe in this player, you get a PSA 9 for $18, considering it costs $12 to $14 to actually send in the card plus all that time. I think that's great, but that's really flat. Let me see if there's another card of his. Bowman Chrome Mega Box. Okay, so pretty straight, but then lately, $28. So I don't know what this guy has done. He's must really sucked lately. Peaked at $60, peaked at 58, 32, but man, down to $28. So he must not be doing very well right now. So could be a good investment right there. All right, guys, I am out. There you go. Buy him while he's young, while he's hurt, while his knees are bad, all the bad stuff. And I mean, here's the thing. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. None of us do, but it's pretty much, what's the risk reward? He's young, which is good. He could get better. He's hurt early, which means, all right, is he going to have injury problems his whole career? That's an issue. But at $10, $15, maybe you go, I'll throw in $100 because if I'm wrong, if he does come back, if he isn't as injured as bad, then hey, that could be $1,000 right there. So it's higher risk, higher reward. But best non-QB right now. I'd like to ask you guys real quick before I get off, who is your best non-QB as well? I think I was buying a lot of wide receivers before, in March and April, Godwin, Mike Evans, buying all those guys, and then listening to the Fantasy Football Card Quest, who's my best friend, who knows all that kind of stuff. And for me, I'm buying basketball because basketball is cheap, football is expensive. My best non-QB would be the guy that at week 3 has been the biggest disappointment and his prices have dropped the most, but he should have been really big. Like if Chris Godwin is out for the next 2 weeks from a concussion protocol and his prices dip, Chris Godwin would be that guy. But I did show you earlier, Christian McCaffrey's prices did go down the last couple weeks, and he's too much of an obvious selection in terms of a great player. but when his prices have gone down for the last 2 weeks straight, he could be a good guy to look in now. Tight ends are very overlooked. George Kittle, what's the other guy? Oh, dude, I sold a Mark Andrews card last week after I think he got a touchdown pass from Lamar Jackson. So tight ends are even getting in there. And then my big prediction was that by midseason, defensive players might be getting some love. So I would not be surprised if TJ Watt and JJ Watt and the Bosa brothers and some of these guys get some love in a couple weeks when maybe wide receivers have disappointed, running backs have disappointed, and we want to put our money into great players, even if they're at different positions that we're not used to. Well, okay, so if Kittle, I got to look up Kittle's injury as well, because if Kittle's out for 3 weeks, I'll look at his prices, and if they're down, I'll buy Kittle up for when he returns, because last I checked, he's on a pretty damn good team. All right, guys, I got a card show to go to. Yeah, I hope so, Joel. Thanks so much for joining me. And again, if you want to sign up for the newsletter, it's just thecomebackcardinvestor.com. I send this information out about Thursday. I might do it on Wednesday in the future to give you guys info midweek and weekend. But I will see you guys later. Have a great one. Noah Fant.